Let's face it, there's a lot of trash talk in basketball, but the great teams let their performance do the talking. Like Ford F-150 with Pro Power on board, a class-exclusive industry-first feature that turns your truck into a mobile generator and leaves the competition speechless. Ford F-150, official truck of the Grizzlies. Greatness starts here at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Class is full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds, GVWR.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans, one exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals takes it straight to you during the Grizzlies 2024-2025 season. Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
Shinedown. Dance Kid Dance Tour. Live in Memphis. FedEx Forum Saturday, August 30th. With special guests, Bush and Morgan Wade. Get tickets now at livenation.com. Shinedown, live in concert. For more, visit shinedown.com.
Thanks for showing up, Memphis. Nothing beats catching your Grizzlies IRL, and nobody knows that better than you. So next time you want to hit up a game, Ticketmaster's got your back with tickets to every upcoming matchup. Whether you're catching the Grizzlies at home or on the road, you'll find tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Keep putting that jersey collection to use and get Grizzlies tickets today. There's no better brag than saying you saw it live. See you courtside again soon, Memphis.
Live from the Built Ford Tough studio at FedEx Forum, it's the Gary Parrish Show, presented by Ortho South, on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Now, here's your host, Gary Parrish.
All right, I'm here. My name is Gary Parrish, speaking to you from the Built Ford Tough studio, FedEx Forum, downtown Memphis. Bennett Doyle right there producing the program. Glad he's with me. Glad you're with me. Hope you're getting through the day best you can. And I hope you didn't find yourself discouraged last night in the first quarter or even the second quarter when the Grizzlies found themselves trailing the 16-win Jazz by as many as 14 points because Bennett, you know something about an NBA game? It's 4 quarters.
That's right.
It's a 4-quarter game. So if you find yourself disappointed in the first quarter, devastated in the second, just always remember it's a 4-quarter game and things can turn around, especially if you happen to be playing the Utah Jazz. All's well that ends well. We'll discuss it momentarily. First, quickly, let me set today's schedule for you. When I finish this open, going to take a break, come back, do 5 more things you need to know, at which point we're going to discuss 5 previously undiscussed stories. Among them, Buck star Damian Lillard has been diagnosed with a blood clot in his calf. Season likely over. Scary stuff. Second NBA player, star, to deal with this season. Wemby, the other one. I'll tell you more about it. We'll do it in about 20 minutes. Jimmy Butler returned to Miami for the first time last night since forcing his way out of that Eastern Conference franchise. He got a mixed ovation, then he lost the game. We'll spend some time on that. We'll do it in the next segment. Tom Brady said that tension in his relationship with Bill Belichick is responsible for his departure from the Patriots. New comments from the quarterback legend. I'll read them to you. We'll do that in just a bit. Russell Wilson is now a New York Giant. I'll ask Bennett if Giants fans should be happy or sad. We'll do that in just a bit. And Richard Pitino is the new coach at Xavier. So there are 11 schools in the Big East, and 2 of them are now coached by Patinos. That's fun stuff. We'll talk a little bit about that during a segment we call 5 More Things You Need to Know. Then we'll eventually do GP's carryout. We'll call it a day. So that's the rundown. Lots to get to. But I did want to start with your Memphis Grizzlies because Game 72 of a scheduled 82 was played last night in Salt Lake City. Grizz Jazz in downtown Salt Lake, and it didn't start well. But it ended fine. It ended fine. Final score. Let's start with the good stuff. Final score, Grizz 140.
Okay, yes.
Jazz 103. That's a 37-point victory if my math is right.
Yes.
Jaren Jackson Jr., Desmond Bain combined for 40 points, and the Grizzlies overcame a 14-point deficit in the second quarter to win by nearly 40. Bennett, I wasn't stalking your Twitter account last night, so I'm asking from a place of curiosity. Were you one of the many Grizzlies fans who were tweeting negative things in the first quarter or the second quarter before things turned around? Because I saw a little bit of that stuff last night.
No. I don't crash out. I watched the whole game. Oh, yeah. I see y'all. Well, that's right.
What's up, Showboats?
Rock the boat. Rock the boat,
Rock
baby.
the boat.
Yeah.
Rock the boat. Season opener this weekend.
I want to tell you something. I did some research after.
You did research on the Showboats?
I did.
That's how you decided to spend your Tuesday?
Well, you were quizzing me yesterday about the team, my team.
Yeah, your team.
Our team, the city's team.
The city's team. I think that's what it's known as, the city's team.
They
the
do have
Showboats.
their home opener this Sunday at 11 o'clock. It will be on ESPN.
That's right.
I'll be in attendance.
You're going to go?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
After yesterday.
Okay. You feel
after
like
the disrespect shown in this office yesterday between you and the Chris Vernon show.
Yeah. I felt bad about that a little bit. Like, what is the point of just crapping on something? I didn't intend to do that.
I thought you were better than that.
I'm clearly not.
Yeah, I thought you were better than that. I did.
I'm clearly not. But it just, you sent me a Ken Wisenhunt story yesterday morning. And then I wanted to flip it around on you and be like, all right, Bennett.
Get me excited about the season.
All right, Bennett. Why are we talking about this? I never want to just be like, no, ignore you. No, you took the time. You took the time to find that, and you took the time to send it to me.
Yeah.
And you wanted it and find more things.
I did.
And so rather than just be like, this is stupid, we're not talking about the Showboats, nobody cares about the Showboats, I just wanted to give you an opportunity to convince me why we were doing this. You didn't do a great job, but your heart was in the right place. And you came up today with your hat on your head, and you're showing real support.
Yes.
I have no interest in the Showboats. I want to be clear about that. None whatsoever. But I don't need to go around just like, throwing punches at minor league football franchises.
That's right.
So I don't take back what I said.
Yep.
Because I meant every word. But I'd have preferred to not say it.
So I was doing a little digging.
Oh, wow.
We play the Michigan Panthers on Sunday.
I told you that yesterday.
Yeah. They're not supposed to be that great either, but I believe they're favored in the game. I don't think.
Let me tell you everything I know about the Michigan Panthers. They are called the Michigan Panthers. That's the extent of it.
They had a quarterback last year, starting quarterback. His name's E.J. Perry. He played at Brown University.
Yeah. Okay.
He now possibly, I can't really, it's hard to find the information you're looking for with these minor league football programs.
Yeah.
But it appears there's a chance that he could be the starting quarterback for the Memphis Showboats.
The E.J. Perry?
The E.J. Perry.
Like E.J. Perry? E.J. Perry?
Yeah, from Brown University.
The one from Brown?
Yes.
Woo, buddy.
So there's a revenge factor here.
Yeah, of course there is.
At play on Sunday at 11 o'clock on ESPN.
A little bit like the Jimmy Butler going back to Miami thing. It's E.J. Perry playing against the Michigan Panthers again, perhaps this weekend, according to your limited research. It's a little bit like the Jimmy Butler return to Miami. E.J. Perry getting another shot at the Michigan Panthers. Same type of thing.
Now, there's also a chance that Troy Williams out of Utah is your starting quarterback on Sunday.
I
don't know. I'm just telling you there's a potential revenge factor on Sunday if you're looking for a storyline heading into the Memphis Showboats season opener.
They're keeping their cards close to the vest.
It appears that way.
Or else we just can't find it on the internet.
That's right.
Either the Showboats are being very secretive about their quarterback plans, or possibly just nobody has even asked what their quarterback plans are. Either way. Is that the extent of your research?
That's the extent. That's all I got. All I got. I was looking at the roster. There's not like there is a Memphis guy on the roster, Jalen Allen.
So the extent of Bennett's research is that one of two people will probably start at quarterback for the Showboats this weekend against the Michigan Panthers.
I can also confirm that Zach Mettenberger is not on the roster.
Okay.
That was a completely different franchise, different era.
It was a different thing.
He is not there.
That was a different thing altogether.
Yes.
But here's what we know. Here's what we know just a few days away from the Showboat season opener. They're going to have a quarterback, and it might be a guy who played collegiately at Brown and once previously for the Michigan Panthers.
Yes.
That's big time.
Yeah.
That's big time.
Okay.
Back to the Grizzlies.
Yeah. What happened?
Okay, let me tell you what happened.
Mm-hmm.
All right? I got a million things going on, and I'm trying. And I put my phone down. I said, you know what? I'm not going to be distracted by this. I'm going to try to just accomplish some stuff. Game on, accomplish some stuff. People could be tweeting whatever they want to tweet. I ain't going to see it for a little while. All right? But at some point, I'm addicted to my phone like everybody else.
Right, of course.
So I go pick it up because I'm weak. And my instincts are just to go to Twitter and just see what the world's saying because that's healthy. And, it's a meltdown on Twitter. Yeah. It's a Twitter meltdown. Grizzlies fall behind in the first quarter, lose that one 35-29. And then they're down by 14 points in the second quarter. And I think Twitter had the coach fired, the staff fired all of his assistants, players traded.
Yes.
It was quite the scene on social media.
It was a bloodbath.
And then I looked at my watch, and I was like, well, the game just started. Do folks know it's a four-quarter game? People were crashing out in the second quarter.
That you got to wait. Wait to the final buzzer.
Can't crash out in the second quarter. It's a four-quarter game. And by the time we got done with four quarters, the Grizzlies were up by 37, in part because they outscored the Jazz 41-17 in the third, and then 35-21 in the fourth. It's a four-quarter game.
Yeah, I mean, now, in fairness, that also goes both ways. Like, someone should have probably told the Jazz that it's four quarters as well, because I think they might have left their energy in the locker room at halftime.
Oh, I think somebody probably did tell the Jazz it was a four-quarter game, and then also told them, and don't win it.
Colin Sexton, you're done. You're trying too hard.
Well, the tanking really is a thing now that is...
Oh, dude.
People are writing columns now saying we've got to do something about this.
Bro, he was cooking us. They didn't play him in the second half.
There is one franchise, and it escapes me at this point, because I was just reading a bunch of stuff. I don't know which franchise it is, but it's one of the tanking franchises.
Yeah.
And their top three players are like... I'm making this up, but you'll get the point. The sentiment's true. Their top three players are like 8th, 9th, and 10th in minutes played in the fourth quarter. They don't play. Like, it's a real problem. Sam Quinn at CBS Sports wrote a column a couple days ago. It was really good. Like, he's great. I don't know. I don't know if people read. I don't know if NBA fans are like, Sam Quinn's got a new column out. But my favorite columnists are people, when I read them, I feel like I'm going to learn something. Like, I'm going to invest 7 minutes reading this, and I feel like I'll know more when I'm done than I know right now. And then maybe I can incorporate this into my own workload in some way. So I'm just constantly reading things, not just to entertain myself, but to try to just know more so that when I sit down here, I've got a better... And it would, I guess, be helpful if I could retain every bit of it. But you get the point. When I read Sam Quinn, I feel like I'm going to know something. He'll teach me something. He's a really smart NBA writer. So he had a column the other day about...
I'm not crying, by the way.
What is...
Dude, my allergies are so bad.
Is Sam Quinn making you emotional?
Dude, yes. His words on the league are just... They mean something to me, damn it.
I can see it in your eyes.
Yeah.
He wrote about the lottery odds and tanking, and his suggestion, and it's not unique to him, other people have made this suggestion, but it's like at the trade deadline or at the All-Star break. Pick the date. It doesn't matter. I mean, it does matter, but pick it. We can move it around, but pick it. And the lottery odds are set right there. So that for the final 20 games of the season, let's say, there is literally no incentive to not try. Because it's one thing when players are hurt. It's another thing when multiple teams are actively taking their best players and sitting them on the bench in the fourth quarter in an attempt to increase the likelihood that they lose. This is all of this stuff is a real problem with the NBA that they've got to figure out. There is no other league that I follow And I only say it like that because there could be another league in Turkey that I just don't know about, of some sport that I don't watch, and it's similar. There's no other league that I follow where actually winning the game you play tonight is like so far down the pecking order of things that matter to you. This is a real thing throughout the league. They tell you the most important thing isn't to try to win this game tonight. Like, franchises sit players on back-to-backs all the time.
Right.
You know why? Because tonight, winning is not the most important thing. Preserving this person in whatever way we've decided we need to is the most important thing. Winning is not the most important thing. Mike Malone comes out in Denver maybe last year and just says, no, we're not trying to finish first in the West. We're trying to be as fresh and healthy as we can be once the playoffs start. In no other sport do people talk like this. And now you're seeing it every night in the NBA.
Right.
People pay real money for these tickets. Do you know how much it costs to have season tickets in the lower level of an NBA franchise?
Right.
These are
a lot.
If you were spending real money and suddenly the team that you are spending real money with is not even trying to win and not even trying to put the best players on the court so you can watch them. Imagine going to a play, but the best actors aren't in it. They just decided not to use them tonight. That's a real thing that's happening in the NBA. You pay real normal people money, normal pricing, to see an NBA team, to see an NBA game, and then you show up and at least one of the teams in the game is actually not trying to win, and they might not even put their best players on the court to try to win the game when it's winnable. That's a real problem. But I appreciate the Jazz. But I appreciate it.
Oh, I'll take it, man.
Yeah.
And I mean, you still got to go out and win the game if you're the Grizzlies.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's in all seriousness, that's why you don't crash out on Twitter in the second quarter when you're down 14 points to the Jazz.
Yeah.
Because that can always come back. Because at the end of the day, you care, they don't. You're going to try to put your best players on the court to win the game eventually, and they won't. And the Grizzlies just fly past them in the third quarter, continue it in the fourth quarter, and win by 37. Even though Jaren Jackson, and this is like a little sidebar of the game, had to leave. Took a shot to the face.
Yeah, and it was a good thing seeing him come back and like dap everybody up. I'm hoping that was one of those where it's like he can come back, but we're blasting them. So like, what's the point?
Right.
That's what I'm hoping.
Right.
Because they obviously will need him tomorrow night to have a chance against the Thunder.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But there were some things like that. You know, again, it's hard to make a lot out of a win over the Jazz, right? They're tanking. But there was a couple things that I thought, you know, were okay. Like as far as guys stepping up that you're going to need to feel like Jay Huff, I thought his second half was great. That's a guy that's going to be in a more prominent role with Brandon Clark injured. He just is.
There was a scenario where you don't have to play him in the playoffs, and now like you're going to have
out of the rotation.
He's probably going to have to play at some point.
Absolutely. So that was good. You know, seeing a guy like that have a good game. Did you see the little dust up between Santi and Dez on the bench? You know, I think that's another one of they just want to win, man. I mean, they've been struggling a lot lately, and those are two of your guys that are important players on this team. Like, I mean, I didn't really make anything of it other than that's just two dudes that want to win a basketball game.
Like, it's frustration seeps into any work environment sometimes, and have you been frustrated over the past week with the Grizzlies?
Yes.
Of course. You see the fans crashing out on social media all the time. Like, you don't think that seeps into the locker room, to the bench, to everywhere? Of course it does. Of course it does. You know? These are humans, and they have human emotions. I rarely make too big of a deal out of stuff like that. I mean, I actually don't know how many times you and I have gotten crossways with each other.
I don't think we've really ever gotten crossways. We've had a pretty good working relationship.
But I have gotten crossways with people I work with before.
Yeah.
Matt Norlander and I have like blown up on each other, like in between podcasts. Not blown up. That's probably overstating it. But just like you say something that you would have preferred not to say, and you did something maybe you shouldn't have done, but it was just like, it was just something needed to happen.
Yeah.
Like, you know, just to
boiling over.
It was boiling, and it just needed to reset. over at 92.9, there would be times when Jeff and I would get sideways for a day, or me and somebody else for a day, me and Brad Carson for a day. But I could always it never lasted long,
right?
But you'd have these little moments where it was like, you said what, and I said, it's annoying. And then think about it in your own life, how often, if that happens at all to you, how often you get over it very quickly. It's just nothing. It's just nothing. Because cameras pick it up, it can be, it's just nothing. I bet it's nothing. I'm not worried about it.
I bet it's nothing, too.
All right. 140-103, Grizzlies beat the Jazz by 37. And next up, you talk about stepping up in competition. This is like playing a MEAC school on a Tuesday night and then having to go play the SEC champs.
That's accurate.
On a Thursday. We headed to Oklahoma City, Bennett. You optimistic?
No, I'm not at all. I wouldn't pick anyone against them. So why would I be optimistic about us going there and beating them?
Yeah, that's fair.
It just is what it is.
Hey, but you know what? You know what we learned last night? It's a 4-quarter game.
That's right. Now, honestly, they had to get that one. Again, I'm not super optimistic about Oklahoma City Thursday, but it is an NBA game. Anything can happen. I'm looking ahead to Saturday, dude. Saturday is a big one against the Lakers. There's real stakes in that one.
Oh, yeah.
You're right there at 4 and 5 with them. They're a half game back of you. They play tonight. That's going to be a really big one Saturday, and it should be fun, man. I'm excited about that. Lakers in town on a Saturday with some real stakes. That'll be good.
Hey, I'm taking these one game at a time.
Okay,
Bennett.
You want to beat the Thunder?
I'm going to take these one game at a time.
All right.
I'm going to stay focused on one game at a time.
Yeah. How many times did Shea go to the free throw line last night?
70.
Yeah, 70. Yeah, they waltzed past the Kings last night. He had a calm 35, I believe.
Obviously, the Grizzlies will be
32.
heavy underdogs in Oklahoma City. Yeah. Obviously. But you know what, Bennett?
9 of 10 from the line last night.
Hey, that's why they play the games. Mm-hmm. You can go ahead and, in your own head, give the Grizzlies a loss tomorrow, Oklahoma City. Mm-hmm. But I'm here to tell you, there's a reason they play the games.
Yeah. I just would prefer him not going to the free throw line 20
That would be nice,
times
wouldn't it?
Tomorrow night. That would be nice.
Status report comes out 5 o'clock today, typically. Isn't that about what time they usually do it?
Yes.
About 5 o'clock on a day before the game. So we'll have some answers about Jaren Jackson Jr., perhaps an update on Ja Morant. I hope it's encouraging.
Me too.
Me too. We come back. We'll do 5 more things you need to know. Continue the NBA conversation. Rough headline last night connected to the Milwaukee Bucks and Damian Lillard. He's got a blood clot that's going to sideline him indefinitely. And by indefinitely, it seems to suggest at least for the rest of this season. He's on blood thinners now, but he's the second NBA star to be sidelined with a blood clot this season. Victor Wembanyama in San Antonio being the other one. We'll dive into that story next. GP Show presented by Ortho South.
Grizz Nation gets set for tip-off 1 hour before every Grizzlies home game with the warm-up show. Get the latest news, notes, and analysis live from courtside at FedEx Forum.
This team is doing everything that Taylor Jenkins and his coaching staff envisioned it could do.
Join me, Lang Whitaker, along with Michael Wallace, Jessica Benson, and other personalities from Grind City Media, Memphis, and around the NBA. 1 hour before every home game, live at Grind City Media on X, YouTube, and the official Grind City Media mobile app.
Our fans have a huge impact on our ability to play to the level that we're striving for.
Drop off, Durant. Oh! Well, you wanted home crowd involvement.
I love those moments where you see our guys engaging in the fans, and the fans just get pumped up.
They are standing in FedEx Forum.
I would hate to be on the other side with the opposition when FedEx Forum's rolling. That's such an unbelievable relationship that our group has with our fans.
When it's all on the line, you turn to the strong, the stable, the unwavering. To those with a history of raising their performance to meet the moment. It's true in basketball. It's true in banking. Grizzlies Checking from Pinnacle. Play hard. Bank easy. Open a Grizzlies checking account with at least $100 and a recurring direct deposit by August 31st. And you could receive a $200 direct deposit bonus into your account. Details at grizzliesbanking.com. Member FDIC.
Double your chances to win all month long in March with 2 big promotions. On Fridays, embrace the madness and win a share of $150,000 in cash and free play. On Saturdays, starting March 8th, go for the gold and win your share of up to $10,000 in cash and free play in the 80K Fool's Gold giveaway. Enjoy live entertainment all month long and play for your chance to win big in March only at Southland Casino Hotel. Must be 21 or up. Play responsibly. For help quitting, call 800-522-4700.
Thanks for showing up, Memphis. Nothing compares to catching your Grizzlies IRL. And that all starts with buying tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Ticketmaster gets you to the game so you can catch every highlight. Put that jersey collection to use for the next game and get Grizzlies tickets at Ticketmaster. Whether they're here at FedEx Forum or on the road, Ticketmaster's got your back when it comes to scoring tickets. And there's no better brag than saying you saw it live.
Orthopedic injuries can be unpredictable, unforeseen, and unscheduled, and Ortho South understands this better than anyone. Since your injuries don't make appointments, you don't need to either. That's because Ortho South welcomes walk-ins during the weekdays and the evenings, and even on Saturdays. So next time an unforeseen injury makes an unscheduled appearance in your life, visit orthosouth.org to find your nearest urgent care location. Just walk in, and Ortho South will take care of everything, especially you. Learn more at orthosouth.org. That's orthosouth at orthosouth.org. Now, I got 5 more things you need to know.
Number 1.
Milwaukee Bucks star Damian Lillard has been diagnosed with a deep vein thrombosis, also known as a blood clot, in his right calf that will sideline him indefinitely, the team announced Tuesday. Scary stuff. The truth is, he's probably done for the season, and this is the second NBA star.
I was going to say, yeah, Wemby, right?
Victor Wembanyama also sidelined with a blood clot. This is a blessing and, scary stuff all at the same time. Scary stuff for obvious reasons. This thing could kill you.
Right.
This could just kill you in the middle of the day.
Mm-hmm. And you won't see it coming, right?
I mean, you don't know that there's a problem, and then you're dead.
Yeah.
We talked about this when Wemby was diagnosed. I have a friend who lost a mother to this. Just wasn't feeling well, laid down on the couch on a lazy afternoon and never woke up, and it was a blood clot. And so that's the scary part of this, is that this is something that can right now we're talking about basketball stuff. It can derail a basketball season. It can also kill you. That's terrifying. The blessing is that when you are a professional athlete, nothing goes undiagnosed. Nothing. You know what this was before it was a blood clot.
He probably wasn't feeling.
It was just a calf issue.
Oh yeah, I got you.
It was just like it was no different than you see a Grizzly player on the status report with a calf issue.
Yeah.
It was just a calf issue.
And Wemby's he's been fatigued, like he looks fatigued playing. Yeah,
so if you're a normal American, you might not even have health insurance to go get this stuff checked out. But even if you do, you might be like, well, I'm just tired. I've been working too much. Mm-hmm. I'm sure it's okay. My calf hurts a little bit or doesn't feel normal, but I'm sure it's fine. But when you're an NBA player, they don't just take your word for it. Mm-hmm. I'm feeling a little tired. Let's go get checked out. My calf's not normal. Let's go get checked out. And that's the real blessing of this thing. Because these people happen to be professional basketball players, these blood clots get caught very, very early, and it, I guess, not alleviates the the possibility of something devastating happening, but it increases the likelihood that it will not, and that's a great thing. But still, this stinks. This is one of the world's best basketball players, and now we have 2 of the world's best basketball players sidelined for things that are completely out of their control. Now they just like Wemby, Damian Lillard is on blood thinners. They are hopeful that he gets this resolved and is able to return to basketball at some point. But this is rough.
Yeah, I mean, especially for them because they're just kind of sitting there at 5th in the East. And I don't think any of us really thought they were a contender in the East this year, but without him, it feels like they're really not. No, they need him.
Yeah. I mean, the reason they got him is because they thought they needed him.
Yeah.
So it runs it runs counter to the idea that you can still do something without him. Like the only reason he's there is because you felt like you had to do something to put Giannis in a better position to succeed in the Eastern Conference. So that's going to do their season, or at least put a ceiling on where their season can go, theoretically. But the bigger issue is like Damian Lillard's health. Forget basketball. This is a young man. He's 34 years old.
Yeah.
We often talk about these people like, hey, he's a young man. 34 years old. He's a young man. He's an old basketball player. Yeah. He's an old basketball player, but he's a young man with a whole life in front of him. And you just are thankful that they caught this when they caught it, that it didn't lead to the worst possible scenario. And, hopefully we see him on the court again soon, but there's no indication, or at least there doesn't seem to be a realistic indication that he will play basketball again this season.
Number 2.
Jimmy Butler returned to Miami last night for the first time since forcing a move out of that franchise. He's now a member of the Golden State Warriors. Bennett, that's a victory for you.
Yeah.
You took the Miami Heat
I had a
plus
feeling.
the points. I felt like I pressured you a little bit to do that because we're rooting for standings right now. We need the Warriors to lose. We need the Grizzlies to win.
Yes.
So we had a vested interest in this thing last night. That's why I pushed you. I encouraged you. I'll just say encourage. I encouraged you to go with Miami Heat, not because I necessarily thought they were going to cover against the Warriors, but because that's what we needed for the standing. But either way, a win's a win. You got to win.
Yeah, and Steph didn't play. Like, it was kind of one of those things that was just like Miami's been downtrodden since he left, and your season's going nowhere, but you get this one game where he comes back and it's they play the video and the fan voices, are they going to boo, are they going to cheer? It was actually a little bit of both.
It was a little bit of both.
Yeah.
Did you see Steve Kerr's comments about it? He said, Miami is a great place to live, and so people don't ever seem too amped up around here. They're living a good life.
That's exactly what it sounded
So it really
like.
wasn't that rabid of an environment. It wasn't. Like I turned it on just because I was interested in what it would look like, what it would sound like, what it would feel like. And the way they did it, they introduced the they introduced the Golden State starting lineup, and then they stopped and they played a video for Jimmy Butler, like a tribute video.
Yeah, that's nice.
And then they introduced him, and whatever, Jimmy Butler, and it was a mixed reaction. It certainly wasn't anywhere close to LeBron going back to Cleveland or Kevin Durant going back to Oklahoma City. It was like people didn't really care one way or another.
Yes, and that's exactly how it sounded on TV. Do you have to make someone a tribute video if they forced their way out and it ended ugly?
Here's the thing, because I thought about this too. Maybe I got some more maturing to do. But there's no scenario where I would sign off on a tribute video for a guy who tried to wreck my franchise.
Yeah, I mean, like, okay, so he got him to the finals. That's good, but the Heat have won titles. I mean, it's not like
he didn't take them somewhere they've never been.
Right.
He didn't do something there that's never been done, and he made a spectacle of our work environment on his way out. Maybe I got some more maturing to do. But you put me in charge of that franchise. No, we're not.
No, we're not doing a video.
No, you know what? No. We're just not.
We're not doing a video.
Now, the counter argument to our pettiness is there's a big picture here. And Jimmy Butler is represented by an agent who represents, 7 other players. Jimmy Butler is popular among his peers. And if we do not treat Jimmy Butler the way Jimmy Butler thinks he should be treated on his way, on his return here, then that will be interpreted as we don't take care of our former players, that Heat culture isn't really about blah, blah, blah. And so it's just smarter to do this, even if it's not coming from the heart.
See, and I think that applies to maybe 25 NBA franchises. It don't apply to Miami. Everyone wants to go play. Dude, I will be shocked if Miami doesn't have a star there next season that they go get in the offseason because it's Miami. Like, Miami. It doesn't matter.
It's a place where people want to live.
Yes.
It's a place where people want to live. I agree with you. I don't think it's... I can counter-argue this. I can counter-argue almost anything. If I'm in charge of that franchise, I'm saying no.
Oh,
we're going to
Sorry.
we're going to treat him as if we've never known him.
Yeah.
The fans
That's
can,
what I'm doing.
The fans can react however they want to react. I got no control over that. We will treat him as if we've never known him.
Mm-hmm.
He made a spectacle of our franchise. He caused problems where they didn't need to be. We will not honor him when he comes back here for the way he left here. We will treat him as if we don't know him.
And don't get it twisted. Again, I'm a fan. Like,
Yeah.
if Jimmy Butler was in a Grizzlies uniform next season, I'd be ecstatic.
Yeah.
Like, don't get it twisted. But, yeah, if I'm running that franchise, I'm probably not doing the tribute.
Yeah, I just wouldn't. I just wouldn't. And maybe I'm petty, right? Maybe I'm petty, but I would not.
The whole league is petty. Come on.
Yeah, I just wouldn't. Yo, man, you worked here. We paid you a lot of. Just think of it in these terms. Forget everything you think about basketball and Jimmy Butler and the Heat and Pat Riley and whatever. Think about it in these terms. We are a place of employment. You worked here. We paid you a lot of money, and you acted like a maniac in your final weeks here.
Yes.
Had to be suspended multiple times.
Right. I forgot about that.
Think about this. In what other workplace? In what other workplace could you be under contract, raise hell,
Get suspended
multiple times, and then a few weeks later come back to that place and they honor you?
I can't think of anything.
No.
I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
Right. So that's where I would land. It's forget basketball. This is a workplace. And this guy treated this workplace crazy in his final weeks. We're not honoring him. In what world could you be suspended twice in your final weeks at a job and be honored when you go back there a month later? No other place.
Yeah.
Where?
I mean, no, that's all I can think of. That's all I can think of.
There's something going on in your head.
No, that's all I can think of.
Got suspended multiple times in the final weeks as he was employed there and got honored on his way back. I wouldn't have done it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have done it. I wouldn't have done anything mean or whatever. I would have just treated him like we don't know him. He would have been an opposing basketball player, nothing more, nothing less. But maybe that's why I don't run an NBA franchise, right?
Yeah, right.
That's probably why I don't run an NBA franchise.
Number 3.
Tom Brady had some interesting comments about his divorce from the New England Patriots. Did you see these comments? He was talking to Colin Cowherd. And
The Herd.
He was on the Herd. And he was asked about, his decision to leave New England for Tampa Bay. And I think there's been enough reporting on this that we've, sources close to Tom Brady and sources close to this person, we had a pretty good idea of what it was. But I don't think we've ever heard these words exactly come out of his mouth. Here's what he said.
Okay.
He said, the reality was, after 20 years together, a natural tension had developed between where Coach Belichick and I were headed in our careers and where the Patriots were moving as a franchise. It was the kind of tension that could only be resolved by some kind of split or one of us reassessing our priorities. And so Tom Brady decided to, as he continued, reassess his priorities. And he said that he, quote, I asked myself, as someone headed into their 40s with school-age kids and 20 years worth of battle scars, what truly mattered to me now. What I ended up with was a list of about 20 things that I then ranked and graded on a weighted scale from 1 to 3. He's using a 1 to 3 scale. We use 1 to 7.
Yeah.
Most people use 1 to 10.
1 to 3 is interesting.
Yeah, 1 to 3. I think
the
that's
hell's that.
I don't know. That's kind of tough. I like 1 to 7.
I like 1 to 7 as
but
well.
whatever. The presence of skilled players was a 3 in terms of importance, for example, and the Bucs graded out as a 3 because of guys like Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. The same was true for the head coach. That was a 3 in importance, and Tampa scored a 3 with Bruce Arians. Game day weather was a 2. Practice weather was a 3. Financial compensation was on the list, obviously, but it wasn't first. It probably wasn't even top 10, and it definitely didn't rank as a 3 in importance. In other words, he said, I decided to look at this and prioritize certain things, and it was not about money. It was about skill position players. It was about the head coach. It was about weather on some level. But mostly, it was about the relationship that I had with my head coach. And there had whatever admiration and respect and other good stuff that had been there at some point had been overwhelmed by tension, by a lack of something you need. And again, I think we've known some of this because of reporting, but I don't think we've ever heard these words come out of his mouth.
No.
The reporting was always, Tom Brady wanted to be looked at like he's Tom Brady. And Bill Belichick didn't see him that way anymore. And that eroded every healthy aspect of their relationship. And I think this happens in normal workplaces. I think it happens in relationships, marriages. Imagine if you're Tom Brady, because this makes sense to me. The way he would be like, I just want to go somewhere new. Imagine you're Tom Brady. Every time you walk in a room,
Imagining.
let's both take a minute and just imagine we were Tom Brady and have fun for a second. Can we just do that for a minute?
I got the goat right here behind me.
Let's just sit here and just imagine what it would be like to be Tom Brady.
It worked out for him, didn't it?
Yeah, it worked out
Look at
for
the
him.
goat.
Look at that. Let's just take
Super Bowl champ.
Let's just take a few minutes and think about what it would be like to be Tom Brady.
Sit him right here. Sit right there, Tom.
Goat stuff. Imagine you're Tom Brady, that guy right there. You get to a point where every time you walk into a room, people are telling you how great you are, showing you how great you are, mesmerized by you, impressed by you. And then every time you walk in your coach's office, it's the opposite feeling. He doesn't look at you that way. He doesn't think of you that way. He doesn't see you that way. He's not excited to see you. He's not telling you you're great. In fact, he's nitpicking your flaws. Don't you think that would wear on somebody?
I do. Yeah, I do. I think too. Every person that lives in the Northeast dreams of living in Florida.
There's another thing.
I think that was part of it too.
That's probably another thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he actually mentioned weather as a.
You're right.
As a thing. But the primary reason that he didn't finish his career in New England, it appears, and this is based off of previous reporting and those words, is that he and Bill Belichick stopped seeing each other.
Yeah.
The way other people see both of them. And like this cuts both ways, by the way. Bill Belichick probably walks in every room. People are like, oh man, Bill Belichick, goat, goat, goat. Tom Brady's just like irritated by you.
I wonder.
And then Bill Belichick, every time Tom Brady walks in every other room, it's like, go, go, go.
Annoying.
And Bill Belichick's just kind of irritated by you, or at least not as impressed by you as everybody else is. That's a hard thing to overcome in any relationship, work or personal.
I wonder if they have a good relationship now, because he was at the roast. Belichick was, right?
Oh, yeah. I think that relationship will be like every other relationship like that. Once you get the separation,
separated and you have some success, on your own,
and then you look back on the good times. That's what people do. They look back on the good times. They don't remember.
Yeah,
it's not human nature to remember all the bad stuff unless you're really like wired that way. Most people look back on things that are no longer a reality, and they remember the good more than the bad. Vacations are similar. Most people are stressed out at some point on their vacations. Like I've never seen a family with kids on a vacation, and at some point
it's having a blast the entire time.
It just at some point it becomes stressful, and at some point it becomes
God, that sucks.
It becomes like, why did we even do this?
Why is it like that? Why has it got to be like that?
I think that's just life. But if you ever ask somebody 6 months after their trip to Disney World, how was it? You know what they'll tell you?
It was a blast.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, it was amazing.
I got the pictures to prove it.
It was amazing. But if you had a camera on them 24 hours a day while they were at Disney World and wherever else.
You know, that's the key. And you even talked about this when y'all left Disney World, when y'all were there at Christmas and it was bad. You got to get the picture. Because if you get the picture, the good picture, then you can always look back on it and say, that was a great trip.
That's
you
right.
don't remember the other, because you just see that picture in your phone all the time.
That's right.
You don't remember the other stuff.
Trick yourself.
You trick yourself. So you have to get the good picture.
First, you trick the world.
Yes.
Then you
on IG.
Yeah. First, you trick the world into thinking you're happy.
Uh-huh.
Then you trick yourself.
Yes. It's the way to do it.
That's the way to do it. I don't know if it's healthy, but
it's just what we do.
It's just what we do, right? So Tom Brady on Bill Belichick. You can read the quotes. It's at awfulannouncing.com.
Number 4.
Russell Wilson is now the quarterback of the New York Giants. I'm headed to New York in about a couple hours or whatever.
Good.
Yeah. Should New York fans? Yeah, again. Should New York fans be excited about this? I need to know what to talk about when I step off the plane. I need to know what I talk. If I get seated next to a Giants fan returning home to the New York, New Jersey area. I need to know what to say to him. Should I say, congratulations, you got Russell Wilson? Or should I say, I'm sorry, you got Russell Wilson?
I think I would be bummed if I was a Giants fan because it suggests to me that the Browns are going to take Shador at number 2.
And that Aaron Rodgers is going to Pittsburgh.
Yeah, because why would if the Giants thought that they were going to get Shador at 3, why do you go? Because you already have, with Russ, they have like 3 quarterbacks on their roster right now that are on deals. Like they signed Tommy DeVito to another deal, and they got Jameis Winston, who they just brought in, and now they're bringing in Russ. Like it seems everything's pointing to them not taking a quarterback.
He's 36 years old. It's a 1-year deal, $21 million. When's the last time he was a good quarterback? When's the last time you could have Russell Wilson as your quarterback and believe that you might be able to do something nice?
You know, it's interesting. Like when he got to Pittsburgh, it was like okay,
but it didn't end well.
It did not end well. No, I mean I think he can give you a handful of good games, but he's not going to be able to give you that for a full season.
Do you hear what he said? Do you hear
what
his
he
quote?
said?
He's 36 years old.
What
He said he plans to play another 5 to 7 years. He's 36. Like it's questionable about whether he should be playing now.
Yeah, I mean he could, if he means as a backup, then probably just because. Like I'm trying to think of a good. Oh, Chad Henne was the backup in Jacksonville for like ever, and he was super old. So if he's I could see him being a backup because he's a good locker room guy, right? So I could see him.
I don't know. He's by all accounts I don't know by all accounts, by most accounts. Seems like a decent. How about this? Seems like a decent guy.
Decent guy, yeah.
Seems like a good guy. Like it seems like a decent guy, but decent guy isn't the same as great locker room guy. The stuff on him in Seattle was everybody just thought he was corny. Like nobody.
That's right.
Like nobody liked him.
Yeah, they got annoyed with him.
That's right. Just rolled their eyes at him, right? Like all that. What was he? What did he used to say in Denver? That little he would lose a game, throw 3 interceptions, fumble once, and then he would have like a little saying that he would have at the end of Broncos press conference, and it just seemed cheesy and corny. So I don't know if you can be a good locker room guy if your teammates don't respect you. I mean, they might respect you as a husband, and they might respect you as a father, and they might respect you as a stepfather to future son or whatever. But if they don't respect you as like an actual leader of a football franchise, I don't know how good of a locker room guy you are.
Yeah, I don't either. I'm fascinated by this draft now, dude. Especially after that move yesterday. I mean, because like you still even see a lot of these draft guys saying that Shador might slide, that he might not even be a top 3 pick, which is weird. I know the Titans got their guy. That's all I know.
Cam Ward.
We're rolling with Cam, okay? And I feel great.
Hey, at least your franchise doesn't have a 36-year-old Russell Wilson.
I feel great, okay? I saw the pro day. All I need to see is some good. I just need to see some good tape.
Oh, that's all it takes.
You show me some good tape, buddy, and I am ready to roll.
Yeah.
He can move. He can get out of the pocket. He's got an arm.
Yep.
He's got the personality.
Personality, too.
Yeah, man.
Oh, Cam Ward's going to be wonderful.
The Titans are now. We scheduled another meeting. This one in Nashville.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we went to the pro day this week. Now we're going to have another meeting in Nashville. That tells me all I need to know.
Bennett has been told everything he needs to know.
The streets are saying it's not. It's a workout. It's a workout, but it's not really a workout. It's more of a getting to know.
They're just getting to know each other.
The city. Getting to know the fan base.
Sure.
He's our guy.
Oh, Cam Ward, King of Nashville.
He's our guy.
Cam Ward, King of Nashville.
I love it.
Bennett's excited. Russell Wilson's in New York. Cam Ward's coming to Nashville. That's all I know.
Number 5.
Richard Pitino is leaving New Mexico. He's the new head coach at Xavier, which means in the Big East now there's 11 schools, and 2 of the 11 are coached by Pitino's. Richard at Xavier. His father, Rick, of course, head coach at St. John's. That's a nice story, isn't it?
It's really cool. Good for them. You know, that when we were talking a lot about Memphis after the loss, and I was talking about, where does it stand now in the grand scheme of college basketball? When we were talking about like the Pastner era and how it was underappreciated, one of the schools that pops into mind now is Xavier. Like they're always in the tournament.
Yeah.
It seems like they're always in the tournament. Like, would I be happy with the University of Memphis being Xavier?
Xavier's a great basketball program.
I think I would. You know what? I think that's a good comp.
Xavier's in Cincinnati. people that care about
big
it.
city. You're right.
It's a basketball program that matters in a city of a notable size. They've had a string of great coaches. Pete Gillen, my colleague, was the coach there once upon a time. Sean Miller.
Yep.
Chris Mack. Now it will be Richard Pitino. And what was interesting is that Chris Mack reportedly wanted this job to go back to Xavier. He had Xavier as a number 1 seed in the NCAA tournament. It's his alma mater. He played there. He's from there. And if you remember, a few years ago, Chris got Xavier to the NCAA tournament as a 1 seed. And it was the year after Louisville had pushed out Rick Pitino. So all this can kind of be connected. They pushed out Rick Pitino because of the FBI scandal. The job is held on an interim basis throughout that season. But then at the end of that season, Louisville stinks and they're going to hire a permanent coach. And Xavier is a 1 seed in the NCAA tournament. Chris has established himself as one of the great young coaches in the sport. You know, his family from Cincinnati area. Louisville's not too far from it. Just was perfect. And the Louisville job opened, they offered it to him, and he took it. And it didn't go terribly, but it went badly enough to where he resigned in the middle of the season. And then he set out a couple of years, and now he's the head coach at Charleston. Reportedly, he wanted to leave Charleston right now to go back to Xavier. And just sort of, hey, man, I wish I would have never left here. You know, grass isn't always greener, that whole thing. I thought I was leaving for the big job with the big money, and I realized I should have never left home, and now I'm back home, and all that thing. And at least some people have suggested Xavier did the same thing with Sean Miller.
Right, he came back.
He left Xavier once upon a time for Arizona, got fired at Arizona, and then Xavier hired Sean Miller for a second time. And you know what happened earlier this week? He left him again.
To go to Texas.
To go to Texas. He left him for a second time. And some people are suggesting that the Xavier officials that influenced or eliminated Chris Mack, rather, from being
we don't want that again.
We're not going to do this again.
Yeah.
We're not going to keep giving these guys. These guys left us. They left us, and then we give them a second chance, and then they leave us again? No. We'll just go get somebody totally different before we remarry. Chris Mack. We'll start a relationship with Richard
And as
Pitino.
a proud program like that, you don't want to be seen as a stepping stool job.
No, right.
No.
If I would have been in the room with them at Xavier, I might have just said, let's just hire Richard Pitino because we think he's the best person for the job. But if we had all come to an agreement, Chris Mack is the guy, but we don't want to get burned again, like Sean just burned us, we give him a second chance and then he leaves us again. If I'd have been in the room, I would have said, it's different. This is Chris Mack's alma mater. This is his home. He will not leave us again. I don't believe he'll leave us again. And I just don't. I genuinely believe that. I don't think he would have left him again. I would have said this will not go the way the Sean Miller thing said, the way the Sean Miller thing went. So if we want to hire Chris Mack, let's do it, and let's don't avoid doing it because we're scared of him leaving us again. I think this will be different. But they just decided, nope, we're not doing that again. We're not going down that path. So Richard Pitino, new head coach at Xavier.
He might be awesome. 2
Patinos in the Big East. And this is another reminder. It used to be in college athletics, if you ever lost a good job, it was hard to get another good job. Just you were stained.
Yeah.
He lost the Minnesota job, got fired, went to New Mexico, which pretty good job, and then now bounces back into the Big East with Xavier, which is maybe even a better job than the Minnesota job he had before. There's a lot of that going on now. Will Wade loses the LSU job, gets the NC State job. Sean Miller loses the Arizona job, gets the Texas job. Rick Pitino loses the Louisville job, but gets the St. John's job. Used to be if you lost a good job, it was hard to get it back. Now, you can.
Not so much.
Now you can. Richard Pitino at Xavier, Big East, gets stronger, I think. Be back, GP's carry out.
We touched on this earlier, the panel here, about what really has been the mainstay of the Grizzlies, and that's Jaren Jackson Jr. Tripp has just been awesome.
He's posting guys up. He's stronger than he's ever been. He's physical, and he's scoring all type of ways.
Hey, Grizzlies fans, be sure to tune in to Grizz, where the panel and I break down all things Grizzlies and take a look at the rest of the NBA as well. The show is live every Wednesday, 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
It's through for Desmond Bain.
FBK. Fly by King.
Wheels through the lane. Now spins back. Ja hangs. Puts it in. Oh, what a shot by Morant in the clutch. So hot. Oh, Jaren said no.
Because he doesn't put on the play, comes up with a monster block.
Grammy, Academy, and Golden Globe award-winning superstar, Mary J. Blige, live in Memphis. The For My Fans Tour, live at FedEx Forum Saturday, April 19th, with special guests Neo and Mario. Get tickets now at livenation.com. The iconic Mary J. Blige for one night only.
Sonic Radio. Welcome back to Sonic RNDIO. That spells radio with me, the CIO. This just in, the new Sonic $1.99 menu lets you build a crave-worthy meal for just $1.99 an item. Whether that's a creamy shake, crispy tots, or a quarter-pound double cheeseburger. This just out. Ostriches. They're mean, not very cute, and in my opinion, way too big for a bird. Don't miss the Sonic Fun 99 menu. 5 items, always $1.99. Live free, eat Sonic.
Tax not included. See menu for details.
Grizzlies fans, dunks, dimes, and no-looks are great on TV, but nothing compares to catching them IRL. And that starts with buying tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Ticketmaster gets you to the game so you can catch every highlight in person. From seeing your favorite Grizzly stars up close to hearing the squeak of the sneakers on the hardwood. Put that jersey collection to use and get tickets at Ticketmaster. There's no better brag than saying you saw it live. See you courtside, Memphis.
Welcome back, Gary Parrish Show, presented by Ortho South. Let's wrap this up with GP's Carryout.
It's time for GP's Carryout. One final segment filled with stuff to take with you. It's not everything you need to know, but it's most of it. What did we learn today?
A whole bunch of stuff, but we mostly focused on your Memphis Grizzlies. Snapped a 3-game losing streak last night in Salt Lake City. Final score 140-103 over the Jazz. A nice 37-point win. Bennett, if I'd have texted you in the first quarter or the second quarter, I don't know that you'd have thought a 37-point win was on the menu, but that's what we got. That's what we ordered. That's what we got.
And I'm thankful.
You are thankful?
Yes.
You're showing a lot of appreciation today.
I'm just thankful. We needed it. We needed it.
Folks were tweeting like crazy.
That's why you got to wait till the final buzzer.
First quarter tweeting can get you in trouble.
It'll get you in big trouble. And then some people try to justify it after the fact. Like, well, that was then, this is now. No, dude. You got to just chill for a second.
Just relax for a second.
Yeah, just let it play out.
It's a 4-quarter game. How many quarters are there in a game?
There's 4.
48 minutes.
Yeah, man.
4 quarters.
That's why they're that long, for momentum swings, GP. We know that.
You don't have to talk to me.
The game is built that way for a reason.
I was just trying to unplug a little bit last night and not really pay attention to my phone too much. And every once in a while, though, I'd pick up my phone and I would hit that little Twitter app. They call it X now.
Yeah.
And I'd see people just losing their minds.
Yeah.
And it was like, the Grizzlies are this and that, and so-and-so needs to be fired, and so-and-so needs to be traded.
Yeah.
And maybe we should fire 40 other people too and burn down the arena. And I was like, Jesus Christ, what is going on?
Yeah.
and then they won by 37. 4 quarters. 4-quarter game.
And now they get the Thunder.
You know why you can't get upset about a 35-29 first quarter that's not in your favor?
Why?
Because you might have a 41-17 quarter coming up. You know? Maybe don't get all worked up about the 35-29 first quarter that doesn't go in your favor, because you just might have a 41-17 on tap. Good stuff.
Let it play out.
Let it play out. That's the lesson of last night. Rather than tweeting every possession, let it play out. Relax. I wish we could play the Jazz every game.
Oh, my God.
Wouldn't that be fun?
Oh, it'd be so good.
Wouldn't that be fun? We should start our own little basketball league like the Globetrotters.
Yeah.
And the Jazz could be our Washington Generals.
Yeah, that's great.
Just every night. Just play just every other night. Let's not do back-to-backs. Those don't go well. But like every other night, let's just play the Jazz.
Yeah, I wish that we were going from like the Jazz to, like the Suns or something like that. Jazz to Thunder.
Yeah, that's a pretty big jump.
Such a change.
That's like having a bye game one night and then having to play Duke the next.
Yeah. I wish there's a bit of a build up.
Well,
if you will.
Well, Bennett, they don't put you in charge of the schedule.
Yeah.
We're not.
We should.
We should be in charge of the schedule, but we're not. So we don't get to play the Jazz again next. But man, that would be fun.
Yeah, we got the 60-win Thunder.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm sure that'll go great.
Can't wait.
Yeah, can't wait.
Maybe they'll win.
Maybe so.
Maybe they'll win.
You never know.
Buddy, you ever wanted to right the ship, but that's the game right there.
Well, it'd be one way to...
We waltz into Oklahoma City and get a win, we're going to feel really good on Saturday night.
I would like to feel really good on Saturday night.
I'd like to feel great, too.
All right, let's do that then.
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's do that.
What's today's biggest game?
We're going to ESPN, 6:30 tip. It's the Lakers and the Pacers.
Okay. I know what we're rooting for.
Well, it's an Eastern Conference franchise against a Western Conference franchise jockeying with us for position. Do you even know you're jockeying with the Lakers right now?
I did know that we were jockeying.
We're jockeying with the Lakers.
I didn't know that we were jockeying.
We're jockeying for position with the Lakers. We're in a jockey situation with the Lakers right now. So we're rooting against the Lakers. Now, that doesn't mean you have to pick against the Lakers, but I would like for you to recognize we're jockeying for position right now. We're in a jockey situation with the Lakers.
No, this is easy.
Lakers -1.5. They're going to do it in Gainbridge Fieldhouse, downtown Indy.
No, we're taking the Pacers. This is a rooting interest game. We're not worried about what what the right way to go in this is. It's 1.5. It's close.
Right.
We're just going to go Pacers.
We're betting with our heart.
Yeah,
and that's what most accomplished prognosticators will tell you. It's always smart to bet with your heart.
That's right.
Yeah,
You'll win
we're betting,
every time.
You'll win every time if you bet with your heart.
Yes.
We're betting with our heart. We are taking the Pacers plus the 1.5 in downtown Indianapolis. I want to be equal opportunity. I want to tell you what your record is now.
Yeah.
Because
the vision is getting better.
Because sometimes I know
the vision is getting better.
Sometimes I know that I love to tell you when your record's and you're negative 19.4 units and you're negative 17.6 units. But I should also tell you when you're doing well.
Yeah.
Same thing with my children.
Thank you.
If they're not doing their homework the right way, I say, hey, you're not doing your homework the right way. But I also go out of my way to try to tell them when they are doing things the right way, because I want them to hear both of it, you know? I want them to hear the good stuff too. I want you to hear the good stuff too. Here's your record.
Lay it on me.
I'm going to lay it on you. 205, 192, and 4.
Okay.
You're now negatives. You're still negative.
I know.
I mean, we don't have to lie to each other. You're still negative. But not as negative as you used to be.
Right.
Negative 7.6.
Okay. We're climbing out.
You're climbing out.
We're climbing out.
You're like,
the vision's getting better.
Yeah, you can almost see. Think of this as a grave.
Yep.
You dug a grave.
Mm-hmm.
You dug a grave. You've been in that grave. But you're climbing. You ain't quite out of that grave yet, but you're climbing. You can see the top of the grave from where you're at. Buddy, when you were down 19.6 units, you couldn't see the top of that grave. You could see the top of your grave. Do you think you're ever going to get out of your grave?
I do. I feel like things are trending in the right direction.
They're definitely trending in the right direction. There's no getting around that.
I do. I feel like the vision. I just feel like I'm seeing things. There's a haze of mucus behind these eyeballs, but I'm seeing more clearly.
Hoops getting big. Hoops getting big.
Yeah, that's right.
Hoops getting big, Bennett says. Hoops getting big. Taking the Pacers tonight -1.5.
What are we watching on TV?
It's Pacers plus 1.5, just for the record. What are we watching on TV? I got I got downloaded episode 3, season 4, Righteous Gemstones. Are you updated on Righteous Gemstones?
So good. I mean, it's just so good. It's one of the funniest shows of all time at this point. It is
I love outrageously
it so
funny.
It's so funny. It's so good.
I don't even know how they write this. It's so funny.
I know.
It would make more sense to me if it were just all off the cuff, because you're just like, but they intentionally write these hilarious moments, and every character is hilarious.
My favorite character is Keith.
Hilarious.
I love how every episode that he has his shirt off, his 666 tattoo starts to go away a little bit more because he's getting it surgically removed. So good.
Uncle Baby Billy is hilarious.
Yeah.
Like Uncle Baby Billy.
He went in the last episode. You're not going to see him in this last one.
But in the second episode.
Oh my God. When he pulls his dingling out or just pulls his pants down.
No, y'all need to see this.
Y'all need to see this. This is greatness. Judy, that's my wife's favorite character. She's amazing.
Outrageous.
She's amazing.
Like, hilarious.
Her and BJ's relationship's amazing.
That's the thing. It's not just a funny show. It's a hilarious show, and every character is hilarious.
It's funny. Yep.
Every character. It's so wild.
I'm sad it's going away.
I am too. It is. The number of times you see people type LOL relative to the number of times people actually LOL is the ratio is off.
Right.
This is truly an LOL show.
It is. Yes, it is.
I can't wait to get on the plane and just laugh.
Yeah, you're going to have fun with this one. It was a good one.
All right. That's what I'm doing today.
What's the best thing we've read?
Isaac Trotter at CBSSports.com has pick scouting reports for all 8 NCAA tournament games in the Sweet 16. So if you get ready for the Sweet 16, you got some, brackets to reset or bets to make, go read Isaac. You can find it CBSSports.com.
What's on tap for tomorrow?
Well, tomorrow is
Thursday.
Yep. Good. You knew that. Mm-hmm. Good. Look at you. Look how smart you are.
I told you.
Look at you keeping track of your days. Tomorrow is Thursday. That means Mike Wallace is going to join us. Talk Grizzlies
Probably
with
from
him.
Oklahoma City, I would think. Yep.
All right. Mike Wallace will join us from Oklahoma City, perhaps. Looking forward to talking to him. Should be a fun show. Can't wait to do it. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'll enjoy mine. We're going to meet back here tomorrow at 10. Till then, be careful, be kind, be good. Rep your hood.
Debo traded from San Francisco to the Commanders for a 5th round pick. There's no other sport where you would get a player of his ilk for a 5th round pick.
Over under total yards for Debo. If they set it at 1,000, you think he hits that over?
Total yards?
Total yards from scrimmage, total yards.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
The Odds Couple, live at 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans, want exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you during the Grizzlies 2024-2025 season? Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
Anticipate each challenge. Make a quick response. Capitalize on every opportunity. And win. Greatness won't wait. It's true in basketball. It's true in banking. Grizzlies Checking from Pinnacle. Play hard. Bank easy. Open a Grizzlies checking account with at least $100 and a recurring direct deposit by August 31st. And you could receive a $200 direct deposit bonus into your account. Details at grizzliesbanking.com. Member FDIC.
Thanks for showing up, Memphis. Nothing beats catching your Grizzlies IRL, and nobody knows that better than you. So next time you want to hit up a game, Ticketmaster's got your back with tickets to every upcoming matchup. Whether you're catching the Grizzlies at home or on the road, you'll find tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Keep putting that jersey collection to use and get Grizzlies tickets today. There's no better brag than saying you saw it live. See you courtside again soon, Memphis.
We will get into all things Grizzlies, but first and foremost, a big congratulations to the Memphis Tigers for locking up at least a share of the AAC title. First time since joining the American Athletic Conference that they are regular season conference champs.
Tune in to the Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt live every weekday at 8 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.